Hello, everyone. I'm Turan Shadman, host of HCTV, Herndon Farmers Market. I would like to introduce Sam and Amy. We have a fantastic program for you, an episode for your health and wellness. And I'm going to start with Sam. Sam, thank you for coming and joining us today. We'd love to hear about everything about you and the program that you're running.
Yes, and thank you for having us. We're really excited to be a part of this and just share our knowledge and wisdom on such a complicated subject of how to stay healthy and how to stay fit as we get older. I was a year-round athlete starting at 4 years old. It was just something my parents put me in, and I always wanted to know how to be better. How can I get faster? How can I get stronger? How can I be a better athlete? And that kind of just led me down a path of, trying to understand the human body. I, played college football, and I was getting my degree in exercise and rehabilitative sciences. And, while I was in school and playing football is when I started working, in training facilities. And we worked with young athletes as young as 5 years old, middle-aged, high school, and also NFL and Olympic athletes. And then that kind of just progressed into, being a trainer and working with your everyday people. And I really got to see how different everybody really is. As an athlete, there's like one mindset, and it's just you push hard, you do what the coach tells you, but it's all one plan. We all do the same thing. And as I started working with different people, I realized we all have different individual needs. That's what got me into broadening my knowledge of science and even just, again, physiology, and applying that to personal training. So, when I graduated, I necessarily didn't want to go the physical therapy route. I always liked preventing an injury before waiting for it to happen, then working with the person. Right. I started my competitive career in bodybuilding, and while I was doing that, I was rising up the ranks. I was the #1 fitness manager in a multi-billion-dollar corporation. And I was very successful because I learned how to help people. I learned how to understand how to communicate and really, translate very tough science into, something that people with no knowledge can understand. So that's what kind of helped me and helped my team, build where we were. And then I decided I wanted to leave the corporate arena and start my own thing. I wanted to be able to help people in all different facets because I think health is a holistic, it's not just one thing. It's not just doing cardio. It's not just eating right. It's not just lifting weights. It's a very broad spectrum of, all the things. And that's how we started Rock Fitness. We were going into our 6th year of business, and we started in a small brick and mortar studio. And that's kind of where my story takes an interesting turn. I'm getting to the part that we meet. But about nine months after opening my business is when I started noticing a lot of very odd deficiencies in my blood work, in my body, symptoms that would later lead to cancer. And it was, October 2017. And I was doing some research on the brain. I actually went to a conference and it kind of got me on this path of doing very extensive blood work. I was eating very healthy. I was taking my vitamins, but we saw that I had some deficiencies, that my body wasn't absorbing a lot of the things that I was taking. So I had Hodgkin's lymphoma, and there is I would say the special version, where if you have the night sweats, it's a little bit more intense. And finally, it was just, I had the tightness in my neck, and they did an ultrasound. And I went on vacation, and they called me and literally was, very like, hey, when you get back to the States, you need to come in and we have to do a biopsy because we found these nodules near the back of your head, close to your brain, on your lymph node, your thyroids. And it was things that I couldn't really palpate myself, but they found, these things that to them that was concerning. And I came back, got my biopsy, and within a week they told me, well, you have cancer. And sometimes, it's just the luck of the draw. We can't always,
Right. So how long did that remedy of taking care of yourself once you found out what you have until your recovery? How long did it take?
I mean, I had 6 months of chemotherapy, but I went through, the other part of my journey was, the unfortunate part about cancer, or like the financial aspect, where I found out my insurance wasn't going to cover anything.
Oh dear.
So I was denied chemotherapy 3 times because, who's going to pay for this? And at this time, those little nodules, this became a small golf ball, baseball. I mean, it was all the way out to here. I mean, so I moved up a stage of cancer because I couldn't get treatment. And that's when I shifted my focus to nutrition, fitness, and supplementation, because I had to be my own advocate because no one else was doing it for me. My doctors, they couldn't do anything, or they wouldn't.
And are you now completely free of what
Yes.
happened?
I am four years into remission, and this December I'll be full 5, which for my cancer, once you're 5 years clean, then basically you are out of remission and into just being normal again.
Well, congratulations, Sam.
Thank you.
You have done great to your own self-being, and that is fantastic. And Amy, thank you for coming
Thank you
and
for having me.
joining us. And
Of course.
please feel free to introduce yourself also and give us a little background about yourself.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Sure.
We really appreciate being here. My story is a little different, but of course becomes intertwined. At around the same time Sam found out he had cancer. I, at 17 years old, lost my mother. She was 56, and she also had cancer. And I went to college, graduated, got a job, was working really crazy hours, and I myself began to become very unhealthy. I was very stagnant, working 12, 16-hour days, 4, 5, sometimes 6 days a week, and I started to develop a lot of health problems. I went to my doctors, and they were saying to me, you need to do something to make a change, or you're really going down the same route that she did. And it scared me. Absolutely. And I didn't just want a quick, I'm like, what do I need to do right now for a forever change? Not like temporarily, not a diet, not a this, not a detox. Like, what do I need to do right now to fix this? So I became infatuated with nutrition, like really understanding what was going on, why it was going on, what's the best quality this, what do I need to do? What's actually considered healthy nutrition versus what the diet industry wants you to believe, because they want you to believe all kinds of things so they can sell you a bunch of things.
Well, telemarketing.
Right. Right. And so I got really into nutrition. I became a nutrition coach. I started researching different supplementation companies and aligning myself with the best of what I could find. So then I started helping other people. And one of my nutrition clients was one of Sam's personal training clients. And that's how we met, because my client kept trying to introduce me to Sam. And then finally, when I found out that he had cancer and was trying to open his own, function and run his own studio by himself, 100% private studio by himself, I was like, okay, Mom, cool, I understand now. I'm gonna go help this person. And I went and I met Sam, and that's how we ended up coming together.
The rest is history.
Well,
the rest is
match
history.
made in heaven,
Indeed.
sort of, right. I got a little note in there that's saying that usually blood chemistry has a lot to do with fitness, well-being of each individual. As you said, not everything works either for you or me, it's different. So go into that and give us a little bit more details.
Yeah, absolutely. You hit it on the head there. It's a very, the chemistry in our body is one of the 3 main, what I call it the triad of health. We have millions of chemical processes happening in our body every second of the day. So we want to find which ones are not working properly, which ones are over firing, which ones are under firing. When we first meet with somebody, it's more of a get to know you, kind of like this. We sit down, across from the person, and again, we go through a series of questions. We want to know, okay, what is your health history, And that's what this, these blood work tests can do. It can kind of give us an idea of where this person is at. Like, we want something more up to date and current. It's similar to My story, when I told you, I thought I was eating healthy, but I had deficiencies in my blood work. And my body needed different forms. And that's where this can go a level further from blood work into, genetic testing. And they can say, what foods do you need to eat and what foods should you stay away from? And even it can go as far as what form of certain vitamins does your body specifically need? Like for me, I have to do injectable B12s because a lot of what I've taken in irregular multivitamins, my body just does not get that vitamin B12. And even in the greens that I eat, and again, it's just the gut, and that could be a whole nother interview. We took talk about gut health.
Right.
So it's we could go, but it's more of having a panel. It gives us a picture, of the big puzzle and which pieces are missing and how can we put those pieces back into place.
That is fantastic, knowing the fact you're going into each individual detailed as how to help them to grasp to their health and fitness. Now, tell us about what range of ages do you two see?
So we have worked with clients as young as 4 or 5 years old and as old as 93. I always say there's, every age group can benefit from some form of physical exercise. Movement is key. It's when we stop moving is when our body stops, and starts shutting down. Different age groups kind of require different exercise prescription. And that's where, Amy does a lot of what we call our, functional neurology. She is certified in this area, working, using the brain to heal the body.
My father is 82. My parents were much older than parents of people that are usually my age. So I, over the years of helping him age a little bit more gracefully, have become really fascinated in the older population. And a lot of what I do isn't just physical training. It's becoming really, really good at helping folks move better. Joint mobility, balance, eyesight, your peripheral vision. How well do I move through space? And thereby decreasing a fall risk. So if someone comes to me and they are very immobile, let's say an older person comes to me and I watch them walk and they shuffle their feet and they have pains, aches, joint replacements, things like that, I'm able to then go in and go, okay, how do I prescribe a series of motor control drills that are neurologically based to help them move a little bit better. And then once they have better motor control, once they have better balance, we work on their peripheral vision so they can see better, decreasing that fall risk. Then we begin strengthening the body.
I guess I started knowing you 2 years ago, I think. I came to one of your functions because you are right now with a fitness program actually of River Creek Country Club.
Yes.
That's where we are now. And just give us a little input as when you started with them and how is everything going?
Yeah, we've been here at River Creek Country Club for 2 years now. We started in February of 2021. I wanted to teach people about health and wellness. I love the physical training, but there's another aspect of, inspiring people to want to take action, for their health. And that's how we kind of ended up here. We do corporate and community wellness programs. We come in and we can help manage the fitness center. We provide training programs, group fitness classes, but also the health and wellness education. And I think one of the first events that we did that you were at was the Women's Healthy Happy Hour. And, part of our events, we do, again, a short presentation, usually about 10 minutes on a specific topic that, people want to learn more about. How do I stay healthy as I get older? How can I keep doing the things that I love to do after I retire? And that's what we teach people how to do that. It's how to work with the ever-changing body. And that's kind of what we do here. We offer our services at River Creek, but we also offer in-person services to anyone in the Northern Virginia area. We have a couple locations. We have a private studio, then also we work out of a big box studio in Ashburn.
So you have 3 offices.
Yep.
One here
The other two aren't Ashburn. One's
two
right
in
on the Ashburn-Lansdowne border, and one's a little bit deeper in Ashburn. But also, we are virtual. So we've coached
Anywhere.
people all over the country. We do virtual coaching. So again, we work with people all over.
Well, Amy and Sam, I would like for you to give us a little input as what you're going to be doing, and then we go to the table for you to actually hands-on making it.
Absolutely. So we have 3 different things that we're going to share today. The first 2 are the ones that folks are most excited about. Everyone asks us all the time, do I have to be so strict with my diet that I can't go out for a night with my girlfriends and enjoy a drink? Or sitting at home, I'd like my glass of wine, things like that. So we have 2 drinks. One is an actual low-calorie cocktail that's still delicious, without being super high in calories, and the other is a mocktail. So it's no alcohol, but still helps you relax at the end of the day, tastes good, and is enjoyable. And then the third, we're actually gonna show you how to make a protein smoothie that tastes good with fresh fruit, so that people who have really busy lives can still get a full balanced meal with carbs, proteins, and fats that they can make in less than 2 minutes and be out the door, that they'll enjoy every day.
That is fantastic. I can't wait to see what you're going to put together for our viewers, actually, and myself, because I'm learning a lot of stuff today. So yes, let's go and try to see what you have
Let's
to
do
show
it.
us.
Let's do it. All right, let's do it.
Viewers, we promised you that we are going to give you some kind of healthy tips about nutrition, drinks, and what have you, so you don't have to worry about the time you want to sit down and enjoy. Right, Sam and Amy?
Yes.
Absolutely. Because that's one of the bigger questions we get. And it's like, how can I, get on a weight loss program or just even just a healthy fitness program in general, but still enjoy some of, the things that you like in life, like having a drink in the evenings. We try and, again, educate on the nutrition of alcohol. And again, it is a tricky subject because it's, in the body, it's treated like a toxin. So when we ingest alcohol, our body will turn off digestion for food and basically has to break down the alcohol, which is, again, it's a different type of carbohydrate. Not going too far into the science, but basically it's like it will slow down the metabolic process. We have an alcoholic drink. We're going to show you a mocktail and then also a healthy protein smoothie as well.
So we're going to start with our actual cocktail first. Okay, so the vodka's going to go in first. I'm going to add my ice to keep it nice and cool. Then I'm going to add a couple sprigs of mint. I'm going to measure 2 ounces of our cranberry juice. I'm going to top it off with our seltzer. Nice and refreshing. It's got some bubbles in there.
Well, it looks like I want to take that glass and sit by the beach.
Yes.
Yes, it's very refreshing. All of our drinks here are going to be nice, kind of like getting you ready for summer.
Oh mine, that looks fantastic. Look at that. And that could be optional with any other kind of drinks, right?
Correct, yes.
Like either grapefruit juice?
Yes, a lot of the issues with cocktails that you order are going to have lots of added sugar from the mixers that they use. So if, yes, obviously fruit juice is going to have some sugar in it because it's fruit juice, but it's not margarita mix that has tons of added sugar. We're looking for flavor, we're looking for texture, we're looking for freshness without having to have a whole bunch of added calories added to it.
Next.
And that leads us into my favorite. I do not drink alcohol, so I like to find healthy alternatives. And during my cancer journey, I learned a little bit more about CBD and about how it works in the body.
Right.
This is from the Lost Rhino Brewery. So it is a local brewery in Ashburn, Virginia. It is a 0-calorie CBD isolate seltzer. So it is pure CBD. There's no THC, so there's no psychoactive components in this. CBD has been shown to be very anti-inflammatory. It is very healthy for your gut, and it's a relaxing drink. So you get a very calming effect without the extra calories. You can get it at the Loudon Farmers Market, I believe the Leesburg one, and then there's also the Hemp Farm which is Canterbury.
All right, great. So in the shaker cup right here, I'm going to add one more shot of our cranberry juice. For sweetness, we have pineapple juice. We're gonna add a pinch of chia seeds for a little extra texture. Yes.
Wow.
So we're adding some healthy fats to our drink, but it adds this little bit of earthiness to the drink. Cannabis products can have a little more of an earthy flavor. This particular seltzer, you cannot taste it. And they do have another version of this seltzer, which does have the Delta 8 THC. So it's a combination of CBD and the THC. I think the flavor of that one is the mango. Now Amy is grating a little bit of ginger.
Just a little bit of fresh ginger over the top.
Like I say, this is a gut health mix. CBD, vitamin A, C, and E are antioxidant. Also the ginger, mint, they're very alkaline. So meaning that they will help improve our gut health. So that's why I like this drink. It does a lot of different things. It tastes great, but also it's really good for you.
Yes. I also added some mint to the shaker cup as well.
Fresh mint, yeah.
And if you notice with mint as an aromatic, I kind of smacked the mint first. You'd release the oils.
Yeah, I was wondering what you were doing. I thought she's probably cracking a walnut.
Yes. So I'm going to add just a little bit more ice to our shaker here. Now our lid is going to go on. And we're going to give him a good shake.
Awesome, looks grand. I like that sound.
Yes. And then we're going to pour him in our glass right here. Beautiful.
It sure is. Look at that.
And then top with our CBD seltzer.
Now this is something new, isn't it? The CBD and...
You know, it's becoming a little more mainstream now. So there's a lot of emerging science, how it can affect the body. Inflammation is a big thing. So when we have inflammation, we want to do anything we can to bring that down, especially in our gut. So, you know, the CBD is a lot more, you can find it in a lot of different shops. It's more readily available. You want to make sure that you're getting a high quality CBD and nothing that has fillers and stuff that you don't want in there. But also you want to know the doses that you're getting.
Yes.
Fantastic. So what is next?
One of my favorites is our protein smoothie. People want to be able to get up and go. If you're not a breakfast person, this is a very easy make within 2 minutes. Throw it together, blend it, and you can take it on the road with you. So with this particular shake, this is the Isogenics Isoline Birthday Cake Mix. It is a meal replacement shake. So unlike most proteins that are just protein itself, this is meant to be a full meal. So again, it has the right ratio of protein, healthy fats, fiber, carbohydrates, but also vitamins and minerals. And that's why we recommend this product to our clients, and you can get it through us. We allow all of our clients to get a wholesale membership, and they can get it at the same price that we buy it. Calories is the number one thing that we look at with people because that's like number one on the hierarchy, but number two is protein needs. So first, once we get our clients to kind of focus more on, okay, am I staying under my limit for my calories? Next is, are we hitting our protein goal? Because when our protein is not sufficient, that's when we start to see muscle mass decrease, which means our metabolism decreases, but also bone density. This has a lot of those vitamins and minerals in it, but also the protein that we need. So for this particular shake that I'm gonna make, we are using frozen fruit. Now this was fresh. We get fresh, organic, and then we freeze them ourselves. I have strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries in here. So we're just gonna dump this into our shake.
Good stuff.
I will say, as Sam is making this, that the meal replacements don't necessarily always need added fruit. We add it for some extra texture and taste and vitamin and minerals, but they're complete as they are on their own.
So just a little bit. Yep, thank you.
Perfect.
So with this particular Ninja, we are just going to turn it on, and we are going to simple as that, untwist.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to taste that one first.
All right.
So if you just pour a little bit for me. Cheers, everybody. Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow, it's good.
Yes, and a lot of protein powders aren't good with just water, but this one in particular is you don't need milk, you don't need almond milk, just water is great. Ice to add texture or frozen fruit to add texture and thickness. It makes a very delicious shake, has good mouthfeel, and it tastes really good.
Oh, it does. It does, as I said, to your health. And now I'm going to taste your first concoction you made, and that was with vodka.
Yes.
Cheers again. Wow. It does get lots of nice lime in there, which I love.
Yes.
Excellent.
Very fresh.
Now for my third tasting, the one that you made with, what is it?
The CBD and the
CBD.
chia.
Okay, now this is my third tasting. I'll let you know.
That one's my favorite.
Wow, yeah. I mean, I cannot understand why everybody sort of says, why can't I have a drink? No, you can have a drink. You know, you could have your cake and eat it too also. These are fantastic. I mean, I don't see why anyone should be deprived of having fun.
Indeed.
And enjoy themselves and
Absolutely.
stay healthy.
Yes.
Absolutely. And the same options goes for food. You know, we've done healthy cookie nights at some of our events where, again, we take a traditional meal and create a healthy version of it. And I always say dieting doesn't have to be so hard when the food tastes good.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
my
again, it's like-
motto is when you say diet, that doesn't mean you have to stop eating.
No.
Do a proper way.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
today, we had two wonderful people over here to give you this kind of remedy, the tips, information, for you to enjoy your life every day as you want it, stay healthy. And I would like to thank Sam and Amy, and thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, Sam.
No, thank you so much for
Pleasure
having us. It
having
was
you,
really fun.
Amy. Thank you very much for these lovely drinks, and we'll see you soon. Take care and have a great day.